when you scroll through short form content for hours on end, you're fucking your brain, because in order for your brain to produce an emotion, this thing doesn't come out of thin air. It happens on a chemical level. It happens with neurotransmitters like norepinephrine, dopamine, serotonin, acetylcholine, noradrenaline, all these hormones and neurotransmitters that are firing around your brain. For example, in order for your brain to produce anger and for you to register a stimuli in your environment as that makes me angry, your brain has to produce norepinephrine, it has to produce acetylcholine, and these things build up, and then your brain, it triggers like this emotion in your brain, and then you feel angry, and then you usually do something with that anger that you probably would regret. And that's what emotion is. It's a shift in our neurochemistry. And for a normal, healthy human, the way that our brain is designed to work is emotions are perfectly normal and perfectly healthy. Because, if I'm walking down the street and someone steals my phone, which could well happen now I live in London, then that should register as on an angry level, because, that person has stolen from me, and that's going to trigger, that event. My brain will just quickly register that as anger, which is perfectly healthy and perfectly normal. But the issue with short form content is you can't really do anything with the emotions you're feeling. Have you ever scrolled for a couple of hours before, only afterwards to feel apathetic or depressed or just completely emotionally haywire? You can't really, you just feel really weird and really strange. What that basically is your brain's almost got like an emotional hangover. So if you drink too much alcohol, you get a hangover, right? Where your body's breaking down the chemicals in the alcohol, i.e. the ethanol, and the process of breaking that down doesn't feel very nice in your body. Your brain has to do the same thing when you overstimulate it with too much emotion. And all of these chemicals, they build up and build up and build up. And you as your brain breaks these down, and as your brain has to deal with this onslaught of chemicals that you've just given it after your mindless scroll, because you've been scrolling through emotions, it leaves you with this emotional hangover. And the problem is most people spend their entire lives completely over-emotional. And what happens when you train your brain to produce emotional chemicals, it gets really fucking good at it. And this is how you become sensitive.